So do you see this tendency being a destructive element?
It is. Of course it is. Because Malaysia is founded on being multiracial, multi-ethnic, multi-religious and everything. So it's attacking the very principles that Malaysia is based on. And anyway, not only do we not live in a monolithic, monoracial country, but we also don't live in a monoracial world. I mean, what do you do when you go out there? It's a pluralistic world anyway. So you have to deal with that. So to say that, pluralism is wrong, to me, defies all logic. How do you survive unless you want to go and live under your little coconut shell? That's it.
So how can this problem be solved? How do you see it coming to a kind of a conducive environment?
Well, I think there should be bolder voices to counter this type of thinking, never mind who it comes from. So it comes from some high-up ulama. I think people should just come out and say he's wrong. And today I see in the papers there are ministers and all that who are saying this is wrong. But there should be more. And people should explain why it's wrong, and that this is not a country just for Muslims or just for Malays, not at all. And these people are being un-Malaysian, I don't know. And in some ways, you could almost say they're also being irreligious by saying that we shouldn't be pluralistic. But it's un-Malaysian, certainly.
Well, your critics say that you still need to learn to distinguish, quote, Muslims from, quote, Islam. What do you say to that?
I don't know what that means. You mean Muslims are all adherents of Islam, right? What is the difference? I don't know. I'm a Muslim. I follow Islam. I don't know what that means.
Do you consider yourself to be a good Muslim?
I consider myself to be a Muslim who tries very hard to be as good as possible. It might not be in the same way that other people interpret it, but I try and do my best, and in the end I will answer to God.
Let's get away a little bit from serious issues and get to, I think, a question which everybody would like to know. Do you think your father misses the limelight? Why is he attacking the Prime Minister?
Oh, I don't think it's a matter of limelight. He's had limelight for much more than 22 years, 30 years over. So, limelight is not always good anyway. I think he feels very passionately that his life's work is not going the way he wanted it. I think he feels this country deserves, a good run. He's done his best. And he feels that some of the things being done might actually harm it. So he feels he has the right to voice it out. And why not? I don't think it's at all for himself. He certainly does not crave going back there. He loves being in retirement, not least because it makes him free to say what he wants. But that's it. I think if you don't understand the passion of a real politician or someone who's been in there, a real patriot, if you like, you'd find it hard to understand. And perhaps sometimes, people now go into politics for different reasons, so they can't, what's the big deal sort of thing. For him, it is a big deal. It's his country, it's his people.
Does he listen to the views of the young, such as your own opinion?
Maybe other young people, not us. His kids are like, ugh. Certainly not me. I think he thinks I'm far too radical for any good advice. So not much, no.
In the midst of your many activities, what do you do to relax and recharge your batteries?
Not much, really. Hanging around with my husband and kids, I guess. Not that that's always relaxing, but I can't say I have that much time to relax as such. I like what I do. I like the fact that I'm busy. I like having to think about so many things. So I guess there's not much of a line between work and relaxation for me. So it's fine.
You must read books or something?
I wish I read more, because I just don't have the time to read for pleasure. You know, I'm reading things all the time. I'm reading emails, I'm reading newspapers or articles and things like that, that just to read for pleasure has become a real luxury, you know. So I look forward to holidays where I can do that, but when you have kids with you always wanting to do something, it's difficult.
Have you ever considered writing your father's biography, perhaps? Or
My father is writing his own memoirs, and I'm trying to help him with it. Not writing it, but helping to organize for it to be published. And I think that's the priority at the moment. So until he does that, I don't think I'll do my own writing.
Marina, with all these causes that you're espousing, that you're advocating, what do you hope to achieve?
Some change, I hope. You know, all these causes about women particularly, I mean, they affect me. I have daughters to think about. It's their future that I'm concerned about. You know, I want them to live in this country. I want them to have the opportunities that anyone should have. And I worry that these types of developments, very conservative developments, will impede their opportunities in the future. So I'm doing it for them, and I'm doing it for all young women in Malaysia, because I think it's important.
And are you optimistic at how things will turn out?
At the moment, I'm not sure. But what gives me some hope is that I see a lot of young people who are getting braver at speaking out, writing about these things, and just going on and doing their own thing. And I think that those are the ones that will really pave the shape of Malaysia in the future. So that unless something really happens to really put them down, I think that's some hope. I think those are the real leaders of the future. Yeah.
Marina, on that note, I'd like to say once again, thank you for being with the leaders.
Thank you.